I would say before I went on this journey, if you'd have asked me about eating half of the foods that I eat today, first of all, I wouldn't even knew what they were. That would have been the first thing. Second of all, I would have just told you, hell no, I'm not eating it. And then third of all, my taste buds would have rejected it because they were so immature. Okay? So it's just really important to understand that I started where you are. Okay? I started where you are, and because of my commitment to not only my health, but to being an example for you, my family, and everybody I love and want to encourage to eat healthier so that they could be healthier, so that people can prepare their families, their children, to create generations of generational health as well too. That's what inspired me to say, I gotta figure this out. And here's the thing. Whenever you really want something, like fellas, if there's a lady out there, if you really want her, you're gonna do what you need to do. Ladies, if there's a guy or a purse or, a job or a degree you want to go after and you really want it, you're going to get it. All right. So you got to have the same mentality when it comes to your health. You got to remember, self-care is healthcare. Self-care is self-love. Okay. So how you eat is how you treat yourself. Okay. So treat yourself. Don't cheat yourself. All right. Hugely important. But saying you don't know how to make plants taste good, that's nonsensical, because here's the thing, and this is the truth. If you really can keep it real with yourself, all of the foods that you eat right now, the only reason they taste good is because of plants. All right, just think about it for a second. If you eat chicken, if you eat steak, it doesn't matter what you eat. To make it taste good, you got to put plants on it. All right? All right? Doesn't matter what your seasonings are, they're plants. Okay? And from nature. Okay? Even if it's salt. Okay? So whatever you're putting on that food, what's making it taste good is the plant. If you remove the plants from the meat or whatever it is you're putting together, if you remove the plants, it tastes like garbage. All right, so the plants taste good. I mean, it's just a matter of, it's like chemistry. Like me, I'm a science mind. So I look at it like chemistry. If you put the right combinations together, you get something good. All right, it's the same thing in the kitchen. So if you don't have my recipe book, go check out my recipe book, over 70 recipes. You can check that out. That's a really great start. Dr. Bobby's recipes on my website, drbobbyprice.com. You can check that out. I also have another cookbook coming out, hopefully in December. That one's going to be amazing as well too, but there's no excuse, because you can find recipes, you can get in the kitchen, start the trial and error and figure it out. Okay, so that's not an excuse either. All right, so let's get into these 8 tips I'm going to give you for not only tips for what to replace and swap out in terms of food, but also give you a lifestyle tip as well too, that's going to help you not only have a healthier diet, but a healthier lifestyle, because those two things go hand in hand. If you have an unhealthy lifestyle, okay, but you eat healthy, you're still going to be unhealthy. If you have a healthy, lifestyle, but don't have a healthy diet, you're still going to be unhealthy. So they go hand in hand. They're one and the same. Okay, they're different words, but they're one and the same. All right. So the first replacement I'm going to give you, the first replacement I'm going to give you is switch out rice for quinoa. Okay. Quinoa is actually not a grain. And the reason why I'm asking you to switch out the rice for the quinoa is for the fact that when rice goes into your body and it begins to break down, it breaks down into sugar. Okay, for a lot of you, you're already consuming far too much sugar and you don't even know how much sugar you're consuming. And I find that a lot of people are under the assumption that they haven't consumed a lot of sugar because they don't eat a lot of sweets. But sugar is in breads, it's in pastas, it's in grains, it's in sweet potato, it's in a lot of things. It's in rice. Okay, so one of the healthy substitutes that you can have is this quinoa. Okay. And quinoa is actually not a grain at all. It's actually a seed. Okay, so this is the perfect sort of substitute for rice for me. So a lot of times when I'm getting something that would normally come with rice, I'm picking up the quinoa instead. All right, so that's swap number one, replacement number one. Number two, all right, so I'm going to show you. A lot of people will say, well, I get it on both sides. I get people who ask me, you know, hey, Doc, I know you don't eat meat, but why are you trying to eat stuff that tastes like meat? Well, you know, like, to be honest with you, it's not a matter of eating something that tastes like meat. What you're trying to get is textures, okay? What you're trying to get is taste, okay? So if you get the taste and you still get, you get the taste that you're happy about, and you get a lot much more, you know, nourishment in the process, and you didn't get the toxicity in the process, then it's a win-win. All right. So one of my sort of meat replacements is lion's mane mushroom. So this is lion's mane mushroom. Okay. And for me, this is my steak replacement. So like, let's say for instance, I was making fajitas. Let's say for instance, I wanted to make a steak. Lion's mane mushroom would be my replacement. And when I tell you, I have had friends who came over and I made this, and they looked, as soon as they took one bite into it, the way I cook it, as soon as they took one bite into it, they looked at me like, wait, is this meat? And again, I know there's people out there who are like, come on, bruh. But I'm just trying to tell you, I've had friends who are not vegan, who are not plant-based. They come over, I cook, I'll share some stuff with them, and they say, oh, this is a perfect replacement. If I could get this, I wouldn't even have to eat steak. Okay, so like mushrooms are a perfect replacement, all right? And that's one of them, lion's mane mushroom. Okay, so you could do that as a replacement as well too. And lion's mane is a medicinal mushroom, most importantly. So it's not only gonna satisfy the taste bud, but it's actually not only medicinal, but it's hugely important for our immune system as well too. So incorporating lion's mane is a game changer, all right? Number three replacement is you probably need to, and I had to learn this on my journey, you probably need to replace some of those green leafy vegetables that you're eating, okay? Some of them are smothered with pesticides. I'll talk about that in a second. Some of them just aren't as nourishing as the one I'm about to share with you, and there are many more. But I write in my book, Vegetation Over Medication, a lot about, and this is why I'm saying you should definitely read the book, is because I write about how a lot of there are plants out there that don't agree with everybody, okay? And this is why it's so important to have diversity in your diet, to switch things up. But what I find is people are eating the same thing over and over, okay? And one of the perfect examples of that is spinach. Spinach seems to be the go-to green leafy vegetable for everybody. They're putting it in their smoothies, they're putting it in their salad, they're cooking it on the stove. Like, that's the one thing they go to every time. But what most people don't know about spinach, and I'll have to make a separate video about this, is that it contains oxalic acid, which is really bad for the kidneys. And so I'll break that down in another video, but replacing some of those green leafy vegetables is really going to be important, but also just incorporating green leafy vegetables is going to be very important. So I'm going to give you two that you probably have not used or are familiar with, and some of you are. This is dandelion leaf, okay? This is dandelion leaf, okay? Dandelion is a bitter green, so keep that in mind. It's the bitters that heal you, okay? It's that taste bud, again, going back to the taste buds that you're resistant to. Those are the ones that are truly going to heal you, okay? So I like to incorporate some bitters in my diet, and one of the ways that I get that is with dandelion. So I'm incorporating this not only in my salads, but I also incorporate this in some of my juices and some of my smoothies as well too. So that's dandelion leaf, okay? All right, the next one may not be as familiar, to some of you. But if you're from the Caribbean, you're definitely familiar with this one. This one is callaloo, okay? You can see this is the distinguishing thing that shows you that this is callaloo, okay? So I love callaloo as a green, both cooked, both in a salad, and it's super nourishing for you, okay? So I love callaloo. It's one of my favorite greens, so I'm always incorporating this one as well too, okay? Same ways. You can cook it, you could put it you could use it as a juice, you can use it in a smoothie, you name it, all right? Same ways you use the other, but it's just important to get some of that diversity, different types of greens. Stop eating spinach all the time. Again, I'm gonna make a separate video for that. All right, so callaloo, all right? Shout out to all my Caribbean people, especially my people from Jamaica, all right? All right, so that's another replacement, all right? So dandelion leaves, the callaloo, that's a good replacement.